Good afternoon. We believe people can change with guidance and resources. That's what we provide in probation. It's a true testament to those who have challenges and barriers in their lives to be here today and be recognized.
I was hopeless. I was defeated. I was incarcerated in my own mind, and essentially got into the system, ended up going to jail, came out, and I needed some guidance. That's where probation stepped in and helped me out.
They paid for sober living. That was huge for me. I did therapy, I met with my recovery coach. They taught me all these things are so beneficial to people's lives if you just once you learn them.
When I saw the wall of change and looked at the photographs, saw familiar faces and started reading the statements, I found that inspiring because there was little nuggets of wisdom in there.
To be recognized for something and you're not used to being recognized, for positive things, I think is huge.
You see all different types of people from all different type of racial and ethnicities and age. It's never too late. It's never too early.
The Marin County Probation Department originally got this idea back in 2011. A committee was set up and formed around the Wall of Change. The program is really about recognizing individuals on probation for creating change, having positive change in their life, the steps that they've taken to get to those changes. We created the actual event at the end of the year where we have it up at the Board of Supervisors, and the courts were there, judges, DAs, public defenders, the public, family members of the people being recognized. That was something that you never saw a celebration for probationers. There's a lot of resources out there, and part of our job as probation officers is to learn about those resources, gather those resources, and utilize those resources, right? So we can guide our defendants to the appropriate level of care that they need.
So welcome and thank you for participating in this video session with Lindsay and myself. It is a huge honor to be here with you today and engage with you and talk about all of the success and the progress you've made. If you don't mind, I think I'd like to start with talking about the challenges you faced before you got on probation or before you were incarcerated. What was life like then?
I was living a life of addiction, drug and alcohol, crime. Last 5 years of my addiction was the ones throw me down on my rock bottom. And I was done. I'm done of that life. And I knew I needed help. And I was getting close to get released to the street, and I was worried. How you guys support people?
So thank you for asking. That's a great question. What I get to do within the adult drug court under the umbrella of probation is I get to provide clinical case management as well as recovery support and care coordination services to a population I feel very connected to, a population like yourself. I meet clients usually in custody, and I help transition them from custody to the community to involve them in community-based programs such as Marin Services for Men Sober Living that Lindsay Fergus is involved in.
Lindsay, what is a sober living environment?
A sober living environment is an environment where men can come and receive an opportunity to be who they are, follow the guidance and the lead of our policies and procedures, and learn from other men. A sober living provides for safety. It provides for opportunity for growth. It's a place where you can start to begin to feel comfortable asking for help. We involved alumni or people who have been through this program the way you're going through it now to come back to the house, to sponsor others, to speak to others, to come and offer support. What we really want to practice is community. This is a place where you can learn from your mistakes because we're not a zero tolerance type of a program.
Because you transitioned from jail into a residential treatment program and you knocked it out of the park there. If we could, I'd want to talk about when you completed residential treatment and entered Marin Services for Men sober living environment with Lindsay Ferguson and his staff, what were some of the biggest supports you felt when you first got into sober living?
One of the biggest support was the house parents. I felt welcome, felt like I belonged there. I introduced myself as a newcomer in front of 200 plus people. And after that, I don't have any fear.
Wow, I'd like to piggyback on that. When you were introduced to Marin Services for Men Sober Living, and you just had that wonderful experience of your first day, what did you develop in terms of a skill set or a routine to perpetuate your growth?
I love the structure of the program. I don't know if I was gonna fit in when I came in. I just listened to suggestion, follow every direction, going to the 90 meetings in 90 days, which is, I love that. I love to, like all the responsibilities that I had. For your main focus is on your recovery, and trying to make money. I found support from the housemate, from my recovery coach, from you, Lindsay, and also from every single staff member of the house, especially the residents. I burned so many bridges before that I was alone. And when I came here, I found that family that I need. People that understand what was to be an addict and what it was to be hungry out there. And now having a roof over our heads and be able to go take a walk in the evenings or take a bicycle ride without have to be looking over our shoulders.
Based on the progress you've made and the growth that you've experienced and demonstrated, have you noticed any changes in the relationships with your own family members, with your children, with your extended family?
It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. I do a lot of harm to my family and everybody around me. So it was not gonna be a simple sorry to come back and just apologize to someone. It's a process. And part of that process is also working myself. Because, like if I start worrying about, like fixing this, fixing that, I'm gonna jeopardize my recovery, and that can be dangerous. So my family's happy that I'm working on myself, and I got their support right now. I still gotta prove that I'm changing. Not with words, with actions.
Not with words, with actions, absolutely.
And if you don't mind, I'd like to share with you from my perspective of what I've seen in your change. When you came in, you were willing, and you did everything that was laid in front of you. Every policy, procedure, every rule, every piece of the structure that we endorse, you followed. What I see is a man of integrity, because what you say you're gonna do, you do. What I see is honesty, because I can ask you anything and you'll tell me what's going on. And I've interviewed a few men from your house, and I also want to let you know how they see you. The way you speak to them is with respect and a willingness to listen. These are the words they use to describe you. He's humble. He's patient. He has balanced viewpoints. He's organized. He's mature. He's fair. And he leads by example. Another resident shared that you have integrity. You're calm under pressure. That service, you give rides, you counsel. So I just wanted you to know how highly regarded you are at your house. These men love what you bring, to the house. They feel safe. They can talk to you without retribution, repercussions. So thank you for your calm and that level-headedness that you bring.
Thank you.
How does that feel to hear those kinds of words directed your way?
Feels really, really good. But also, it, makes me put my feet on the ground even more. And that's, we still have to do the work. We still have to be who we are.
So Saul, I've got a two-part question for you. What was it like for you when you were doing your routine probation visits and you first saw the wall of change? That's the first part. And how does it feel now that you are being honored as a recipient of the wall of change?
When I came to probation, I saw that wall, start looking, reading these stories, and their life have changed. I'm like, people really change. And now I'm gonna be there myself. I'm happy, but the most important thing is that someone come from the jail, check in with probation and see that person over there saying, if he did it, I can do it. Let's put the work on. And I hope they see this video.
They will see you there. Yes, they will.
That change, that evolution, right? They gradually change for the positive, right? That's exactly what this program has done over the years, since having 3 or 4 frames on a wall to now having it have to be digital on a TV screen because we just have so many. We started getting flooded with calls from other counties, wanting to know more about the program and hoping that we'd share some information, not only around California, but throughout the United States. I've had Florida, Oklahoma, Massachusetts, New York, Arizona, a bunch of different states have called and wanted information on this. What I'm excited about for the evolution of the program is just to see where it goes. We have new officers coming in on a regular basis, with young thoughts, young ideas, new ideas, fresh ideas. It's so fun to take a step back sometimes and see where the program is continuously moving forward and evolving every day.